in question 1 and 2. Which of the following cannot be charged easily by friction? A. A plastic scale. B. A copper rod. C. An inflated balloon. D. A woolen cloth.
Yes. So here four objects are given: a plastic scale, a copper rod, an
Ma'am,
inflated
can I tell?
balloon. Yes, Anushka.
Ma'am, second option, copper rod.
It is a copper rod. And why? Why it is so? Why it is so? Mainly, you know that we are able to make the charge body when it is a non-conducting material. If it is a conductor, a good conductor, we are not able to just charge it by friction. So over here only the odd man out is the copper rod, because all other substances are the non-conducting materials, and we can charge all those non-conducting material by friction or rubbing. So the right option will be the copper rod. Am I clear, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Next question.
Yes. Yes.
When
All
a
of you
glass
are,
rod,
all of you are having your book in front of you, children,
Yes, sir, we are having.
Yes, ma'am.
and having may have a pencil also with you, because after that we are discussing.
Yes,
You are
ma'am.
going to write. Yes, yes, read, Abhishek.
when a glass rod is rubbed with a piece of silk cloth, the rod A and the cloth both acquire positive charge. B. Become positively charged while the cloth has a negative charge. C. The cloth both acquire negative charge. D. Become negatively charged while the cloth has a positive charge.
So already we have done this from the
Ma'am,
book
can I tell?
only.
Yes, ma'am.
Nirbhay Kumar. Who is there?
Ma'am, option.
Nirbhay.
Yes, ma'am.
Nirbhay. What will be the right option? Option B. Yes. It is option B, because the
B
positively
one B.
charged. Yes, option B. So what is the option B? That is, it becomes positively charged when the clothes have negatively charged. And also we just take as a convention also, when glass rod is rubbed off with the silk cloth, then what will happen? The glass rod will acquire positive
Ma'am,
charge,
positive charge and the
and the
ma'am silk will
silk cloth will acquire
negative charge
negatively
because
charged.
of ma'am D.
So what is actually happening? If you want to, if you just ask you to explain that what happens actually, actually the,
Ma'am,
yes, Abhishek.
ma'am, the silk cloth is getting the electrons from the ma'am glass
Yes,
rod,
some
ma'am.
of the free electrons from the surface of the glass rod is getting shifted to on the silk cloth, and
Silk
as a
cloth.
result silk cloth is gaining electron, it becomes negative in charge, and the glass rod becomes positively charged. Okay, clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, next question.
Yes,
Write
yes.
true against true and F against false in the following statement. Like charges attract each other.
So it will be
Ma'am, false.
Ma'am,
false.
ma'am, false. False, false,
First one
false.
is false. Right
False, ma'am.
statement will be unlike charges attract each other,
Attract each other.
or
And
better
like
you can write
charges,
like charges repel each other. Yes.
yes, ma'am. A
Next.
charged glass rod
Yes, ma'am.
attracts a charged plastic straw. Ma'am, true.
Ma'am, true.
Because charged plastic straw has a negative charge, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Charged
true.
plastic.
Yes,
Charged
ma'am. Plastic
plastic.
straw, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Just
It
you
has a negative.
remember, plastic straw is similar to that of a refill, ballpoint refill. When you are rubbing the ballpoint refill with plastic, what happens?
Yes, ma'am.
It is, yes,
Ma'am,
yes,
it
you're right.
attract each
Yes.
other.
No, no,
Yes, ma'am.
no. Yes,
Yeah.
that's a B1. That is false. That when what happens in that case, it is true
Yes,
that,
ma'am. It's true.
yes, yes. So why
C.
it is true that a charged plastic straw has a negative charge on its surface, while the glass rod is having a
Positive.
positive charge on its
Positive.
surface.
Positive
As a
charge.
result, they both will start to
And then both
attract
attract each other.
each other. Yes. Next,
Lightning conductors cannot protect a building from lightning. It should
it's
be false.
false,
False,
because
Ma'am,
ma'am. Yes,
false.
because
that's false.
actually
Yes, that's
actually we have
false.
read that lightning conductors are the conductors which helping in the to for our safety only. So the
Yes,
statement
ma'am.
is
Yes, ma'am. It will.
false.
The falls to the ground, so that it can balance the it can balance the charges.
Yes.
So
So
that's
what
why it
happens
is
when
safe for us.
lightning occurs? The atmospheric charges are transferred, or they get discharged to the earth directly by the lightning conductor. As a result, they are
Yes,
useful
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
and they will protect the building. Okay. Next option.
Earthquakes can be predicted in advance. False.
Can it be
And false.
predicted?
False,
No,
False.
ma'am.
it cannot be predicted. This natural
False.
calamity is the only
False.
calamity which cannot be predicted earlier. Why? Because there is no such instrument that has been invented yet that can predict the earlier prediction that an earthquake is going to come. Okay, Although we get a weather forecasting, but for earthquake there is no such forecasting yet now. Okay, next fourth question.
Sometimes a crackling sound is heard while taking off a sweater during winter. Explain.
Yes, now explain. Who will explain? Naman. Yes.
Ma'am, can I?
Yes.
Yes, Naman and then Anushka. Okay, then
Ma'am,
one by
बताऊँ?
one. Yes, Naman.
Yes. Ma'am, in our body, ma'am, we used to wear a sweater, so ma'am, it will when it rubs our body, ma'am, it will produce some charges, so ma'am, it will produce some sound
So
because
yes,
of that.
yes. Okay. Yes, Anushka, what is your explanation?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, this is an example of electrical discharge, ma'am. In this example, it takes place between the body and the sweater due to friction only, ma'am. Uh, at the time of electric discharge, ma'am, some energy is released. In this case, ma'am, the energy is released in the form of crackling sound that
That
we
is due to
hear.
the friction. That is due to rubbing. Okay, when that energy is
Yes,
transferred,
Yes,
they
ma'am,
ma'am.
due to
causes
friction only.
the crackling sound. Okay,
Yes, okay.
and this is very minor in case of normal.
Friction
That is
between the
when
body
you
and the sweater.
yes, when you are just taking out the sweater, then it is very the sound is very nominal. But in case of lightning, when the charges have accumulated in a huge amount, then the sound is much more
Because
louder.
huge amount of electrons and
Yes.
They are
charges.
they are getting discharged. Okay, next.
Fifth, explain why a charged body loses its charge if we touch it with our hand, ma'am, because of that electrons travel through our body because we are conductor, ma'am. A
Yes.
good conductor,
So
yes.
we are good.
Earthing.
Yes,
We
ma'am.
are conductor.
Perfect.
Yes. The phenomenon is called that is called again. It is called an electric discharge. But
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
suppose you
Discharge.
are standing and holding or touching that with when you are wearing a sleeper, that is a bad conductor. Will the discharge occur? No.
No,
No.
No, mom, no, ma'am.
no, ma'am.
So that criteria I have to mention over here that we should have that we are without we are wearing no sleepers that are that is the that are insulators because as a result what will happen if you
What
are
about
wearing
that?
sleepers or bad conductors then the discharge will not happen because we then the electron
Yes,
flow
ma'am.
will be stopped. Okay, is it clear? So mention a
Yes, ma'am.
little bit more that we should not be we should be barefooted, otherwise not. If it we are not barefooted then it will not happen, but if you are barefooted only that will happen. Okay, whatever I share in the PDF you are going to add this point to your answer. Okay, those who are present in the
Yes,
Yes,
class.
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, next question.
Sixth, name the scale. Name the scale on which the destructive energy of an earthquake is measured. An earthquake measured 3 on this scale. Would it be recorded by a seismograph? Is it likely to cause much damage?
Yes, so what is the scale? What is that scale called? It's called
Ma'am,
the
Richter's scale.
Richter
Ma'am,
scale.
Richter
Richter.
scale.
Ma'am, Richter
It
scale.
is called the Richter scale. Is used to measure the destructive energy. And what will happen? It
Yes,
can read, Richter scale can read from 0 to 10 at a magnitude of 1
yes,
to
ma'am.
10.
Ma'am.
Okay. Who is there? Who is there? Who is there?
Priyanshu, ma'am.
Ma'am, Priyanshu.
Again
मैम
the
प्रियांशु
same.
नया बच्चा है मैम. Yes मैम.
But how? Does he attend the class or not? Does he do like this every time? Every
No
time I have
मैम.
seen,
No, ma'am, especially in science class, ma'am. Not in
Yes
any
मैम.
other class, ma'am.
Especially in science.
especially in this class.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
And he does respond in other classes?
Yes मैम.
Ma'am, he
Yes,
does
ma'am.
not
He's
respond.
responding in math
Ma'am,
class.
respond नहीं करते हैं वो.
I think he doesn't
मैथ्स में किया था
respond.
मैम.
Okay, so an earthquake is measuring 3 would be recorded in the seismograph.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
It will
Yes, ma'am.
be
Yes,
it
ma'am.
will be recorded because it can record an intensity from 0 to 10 like that.
Yes.
ma'am.
More
Yes,
than
ma'am. By the frequency and amplitude.
Ma'am, it
yes,
will be recorded, but it will not cause much damage because the
yes,
magnitude of
Yes, ma'am.
earthquake, which is above 5, it can cause destruction, but
yes. That is a
below
mild
5,
one,
Not in
not.
and a magnitude of 3 is a mild
three
earthquake.
model,
Is a
not
mild.
higher.
It is a mild one, mild. Okay, it's a very not very high. The magnitude of 3 would not cause any damage, and an earthquake of magnitude that is more than 5, that will start
Five.
to cause damage, and
5.5 to
above
7.5.
7, 7 cause much destruction. It is severe. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. Next question.
7.5.
Seventh, suggest 3 measures to protect ourselves from lightning.
What are the 3 measures we have done? Other than those who are
Ma'am,
Can I tell?
responding, please do
ma'am,
raise your hands. Yes, Nirbhay. Nirbhay.
ma'am, do
Ma'am, I
not
have
use
raised.
any electrical things like TV or cable phone during
Okay.
lightning.
Hmm.
Ma'am, stay under covered area, or ma'am, don't take bath during lightning because water is a conductor of it.
Okay. Any other thing? Any other, Anushka? Just make it as outside and you inside. Okay. When you are outside, what
Yes, ma'am.
precautions you are going to take?
Ma'am, do not, ma'am, go far away
Ma'am,
from the vehicle.
we'll squat ourselves in a lower position and we'll keep our head between our hands, from
Ma'am, we
below
do,
our hands and between our
do not
legs.
should take cover on a tall tree or larger buildings.
Yes, we should not take or
And we should
we
stay
should.
away from the poles and tall trees.
Yes, what happens? Why tall trees will stay away from poles and tall trees because they are much
Ma'am,
more
it's
prone to
metal and metal are
And
going to
they're
hit
receive
many.
that lightning, and it may
Yes,
pass through
ma'am.
our
Yes,
body
ma'am.
also, causing our damage. And sometimes the buildings and trees are also, they just get destructed, they falls down also. So we should not keep ourselves near to all these tall buildings and trees. A safer place will be, just we will go to a open ground, that is where there is no other obstructions or taller things are there, and we should squat ourselves. We should just put our heads in between our hand and try to knee down. Okay, these are the
Yes.
positions. And when
Yes, ma'am.
inside, what should you do?
I'm inside. I'm Nirbhay ne bataya, 3 points,
Yes,
more
yes,
points.
yes. So don't take bath. Okay. And any electrical appliances, we all switch it off or
Ma'am,
plug
should
it off.
also not make a phone call by cordless phone. Sorry,
Not by
cord
cordless.
phone and
We should not use wired phone. Or we should see
We have
also
to
the
use cell phone.
yes, ma'am.
person that whom we
The
are
person
calling
who's receiving
also.
our call is also using cordless phone.
Bus. These are the okay, clear. So as many as you are going to write over here. Okay. Next
Yes, ma'am.
question.
Explain why a charged balloon is repelled by another charged balloon, whereas an uncharged balloon is attracted by another charged balloon. May I take?
Yes, you can.
Yes, ma'am. As we know, ma'am, a charged balloon is negative in charge, ma'am. If two negative charged balloons, as we know that two same types of charge repel each other. So, ma'am, they will repel each other. But in the case, ma'am, when a uncharged balloon is taken, ma'am, it do not have any charge, positive or negative. Hence, it get attracted by the charged balloon.
And we know a charged body attracts an uncharged
Uncharged
body,
body. Yes,
and
ma'am.
as a
Even
result,
we
we
have
will
to
see.
mention this fact that
Yes.
like charges repel and opposite charges attract.
So first of all, you are going to give the data that we know, as we know that like charges repel each other, unlike charges attract each other, and also we know that a charged body attracts an uncharged body. So
Yes,
here
ma'am.
what will apply? It will be applicable in the first case. Then when the two balloons are charged, they will have the same charge, and as a result they will repel each other. In the second instance, we see the charged balloon is attracting an uncharged one. So that is a charge attraction is taking place between a charged body and an uncharged body. Okay, clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, next.
Describe with the help of a diagram an instrument which can be used to detect the charged body. Yes, ma'am, it's easy, ma'am.
That is about
And can
your
I tell? Now
electroscope.
electroscope.
Ma'am, electroscope.
Yes, Anushka, you can, because others are not
Electroscope
responding.
is there.
Children, other than this, children, I want everyone to. Are you listening, children? Those who are not responding, are you listening, children? Am I
Yes,
audible,
ma'am.
children? Gudia is also responding, and others like Piyush, Shadia,
Yes, ma'am.
Himanshu, Ruchit,
Yes, ma'am.
Aman. Okay, okay. So please do listen. Okay, okay. Now, Anushka, you can tell.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, electroscope is a device which is used to detect the charge on a body, whether it is charged or uncharged. Ma'am, it works on a very simple principle that like charges repel and each other, and while unlike charges attract each other. So, ma'am, it consists of a metal rod with a thin metal strip or leaf attached to it at the bottom, like we have studied about gold leaf telescope and normal electroscope. At the top, ma'am, there is a metal rod which enters in a metallic cup or disc, and at the bottom of the rod, the bottom of the rod and the metal leaf are, ma'am, enclosed in a glass box for protection. We are using glass box
So
for
that there
this
will be
protection.
no disturbance. Okay, no
Yes,
discharging
ma'am.
occurs from that, but it is only inside an intact. So there is no wind, nothing, and that the whole setup will be intact inside. Yes, yes. Now continue.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Then list
Ma'am,
three states in
Just wait, wait.
India where Earth.
Abhishek, just wait. Yeah, she has not
Yes,
completed. Yes, Anushka.
yes, ma'am. Ma'am, and when the disc of the electroscope is touched with an charge, ma'am, here I will take an example of charged ebonite or glass rod. Some metal leaves open out or it deflects itself. So
They
this
will
deflection
repel.
shows
Deflect
amount of
means why it
charge
is
in the
deflection?
electroscope.
This deflection is due to repulsion. Okay. And
Yes, ma'am.
also you are going
Repulsion.
to mention that I have told you from the important points. You can make a electroscope charge by two process, either by induction or
Or
by
by
Or
conduction.
conduction.
You
conduction.
will just add it a little bit. Okay. आपके जो normal है information from the book. Other than that, those who are present in the class, they will add this point that we can make the electroscope or we can have the uncharged body we can detect by two process, one by the induction process and the other by the conduction. That means
Conduction
Conduction.
process.
we can bring the
Ma'am,
charged
in this you
body.
have tell the whole principle of the electroscope. How does it work and what is there in the
Yes,
electroscope?
along with
Everything.
the diagram. Along with the diagram that I have given, I think that will be simplest that I have given
Yes,
in the
ma'am.
important points. You don't have to draw the jar. Next question. Now you can read, Abhishek.
Yes, ma'am. List three states in India where earthquakes are most likely to strike.
So you can. That
Jammu
is I'm not
Kashmir, Gujarat,
discussing. Yes, Jammu
And
Kashmir.
I,
हाँ बोलो बोलो अमन अमन बोलो. Yes, always appreciate it.
Jammu Kashmir,
Hmm.
Gujarat, and Assam.
Okay, and mainly
Ma'am,
all the
Rajasthan is
northeast,
also there, ma'am.
totally northeast is prone to earthquake. Okay, we have
Yes,
it.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am,
And
Jammu and Kashmir, Gujarat and Rajasthan, ma'am, these are also
Rajasthan
most
also,
prone.
yes, some parts of Nepal also, that is the Himalayan range there, western that
Yes, ma'am.
also is prone to get affected by
Ma'am, Central and
earthquake.
Western Himalayas.
Central and western Himalayan, yes. Next, Abhishek, next question.
Suppose you are outside your home and earthquake strikes. What precaution would you take to protect yourself?
So that you can do. Okay, is all given in
Yes,
your
ma'am.
book. ठीक Arush want to answer. Yes, Arush, bolo. I want others. Yes, Arush, if you want to say, you can.
Uh, Find and go to an open field and stay away from building, trees, electric wires, and poles.
And anything else? Anything else? Okay. So these are given, children. What when you're outside, what are the precautions you should take?
Ma'am, we can
Those
also mention about cars, ma'am. That if we
yes,
are in car or we can go to a car.
we can be in a car.
When you are
drive
in a car, you can drive
to
to an
a clear
open
spot.
Mainly the thing that you have to drive through an open place. Okay. Next question. So I think you are able to write this. These are from the book. These are information
Yes,
from the
ma'am.
book. You can
Yes,
write.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Next 12th question. Last one, I
The
think.
weather department has predicted that the thunderstorm is likely to occur on a certain day. Suppose you have to go out on that day. Would you carry an umbrella? Explain.
Yes. That
Ma'am,
also
it
from the
depends
book
on the
indirectly. Yes.
umbrella, ma'am.
It depends
Yes,
on the
Whether
ma'am,
the
ma'am.
tip
It's
of
context.
the
very
umbrella is
from the
made
book
up of
only.
metal or plastic, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So first of all, you will
Ma'am, it
start
is having
because
metal.
Umbrella can increase risk, ma'am.
yes,
Ma'am,
Nega,
it is
why?
having plastic or metal.
Ma'am, umbrella
Yes,
can increase the risk.
yes. Bolo. Why
Risk.
there is a risk?
Ma'am, because it is made up of either wood or metal, ma'am. Ma'am,
So
metal
yes,
का
you
road
are
होती है
right.
ना.
But otherwise, that Anushka and Abhishek has told us. Yes, first of all, we should see that what kind of umbrella we are carrying. The answer should be
Yes, ma'am.
modified. You are getting some answers from the online. आपको मिल रहा है शायद, and it will be there. But no. So you should be that. Yes, the first point will be that we should see that what kind of umbrella we are taking. Okay. If it is having a metallic cap, we are not going to take it. But it is not. If it's going to have a plastic cap, we should certainly take it because plastic is not a good conductor
Yes, ma'am.
and we can take
Yes,
it or
ma'am.
use it safely during lightning and thunder. But mainly,
Right.
one more thing that lightning and thunder when is a
And because there's
storm.
thunderstorm, so it can also rain. So it will
Yes.
be
Yes,
So
helpful
ma'am.
there
for
is
us.
probability of rain. So if we are having a umbrella with a plastic cap, then only we are going to carry. Otherwise, you are not able. Not we should not open the umbrella which are having a metal cap at the top because it which is likely to be having the chance of getting discharged. That is, the lightning may
Yes, ma'am.
strike on
Because
Yes,
it
ma'am.
and it may travel through the pointed tip through the handle where we are holding that, and as a result the
Yes, ma'am.
electricity
Because it is
will
also a
flow
metal
through our
conductor
body.
only, ma'am. Iron.
Yes. Okay, then all these are the questions we have discussed. Any doubt, children, with any of the question?
no, ma'am.